amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remember blessed. Thank
you so much, Your Excellency, and it's a pleasure having you on the program tonight. Let's get straight to it. You and your colleagues were very vehement and very firm about your choice or where you prefer the candidate of your party to come from. Why was that insistence from your colleagues and yourself?
Well, our insistence is really based on principle. We believe that after 8 years of Buhari's leadership, it is only fair, just, and reasonable for the APC to zone the presidency to the south of Nigeria. There was no thing in the APC constitution that says we must zone. There is no written agreement, but there is an understanding right from the formation of APC in 2013 that Buhari would be supported to be the presidential candidate. Of course, others came to contest against him, but they lost because the consensus was largely in favor of Buhari. And there was that understanding that after 8 years of Buhari's leadership, the presidency should move to the south. Some of us were therefore terrified when we noticed that not only one or two people that were not considered serious contenders coming to say they want to contest, because even in 1999, Abubakar Rimi contested against Obasanjo and Ekweme when the North had a very clear understanding that no one from the North should contest. So there is always the one or two odd people that will go against the broad understanding. But when we began to see moves, including some governors and Senate President and others being invited to buy forms and so on, we got really worried because we believe that there is a basic principle. That principle is centered around APC's motto of justice and fairness. And we thought we had to stand up for that because those are the values of our party. Those are the values of President Buhari. And those are the values of us as northern political leaders. We keep our words. We don't go against our words, whether the words are written or just a handshake and agreement. You should take it to the bank. That's how our grandparents were. That's how our parents were. And we are not going to be different. We are not going to squander 100 years of goodwill of people trusting the words of a northern politician because a few people are selfish. And we had to come out, unanimously. 12 out of 14 governors came out and said, no, Mr. President, we insist that the presidency should go south. And the president supported our position. It has always been his position anyway.
Can you give us the true the details of what really happened? Because you said when you saw that people were obtaining forms, other than the perceived or the understanding of the southern candidacy of your party, you got worried. But what really happened? Was it that people were promised tickets, or what exactly was the true state of things? Because a lot of Nigerians, now you have a candidate, I mean, it's a good time to now speak about it because the event is over. What were the real situation?
Look, right from the beginning of this process, Governor Hayabel of Kogi made it clear that he was going to run, okay? But, we didn't take that seriously because he's second-term governor. He's taking no risk at all. He's still governor till 2024, so maybe he's just gambling, so we didn't take it seriously. But when some governors, like my humble self, Governor Zolum of Borno, Badaru, and a few other governors were approached to buy forms and join the race on the assumption that if PDP zones the presidency to northern Nigeria, or if they pick either Senator Bukola Saraki, Tambuwal, or Atiku Abubakar, there is a need for APC to reconsider its position, we got worried because what PDP does has nothing to do with what APC does. We are the governing party, and a northerner has been president for 7 years, going to 8 by the grace of God. And the fact that PDP has picked a northerner does not mean we should deviate from our principle. It's a principled position which does not change because of intervening events. So a few of us started talking. I was approached to pick up the form. I declined because I have had the view for the past 2 to 3 years that the next president of Nigeria should be from southern Nigeria. I wished the PDP also took that message and ensured that a southerner emerged. It would not be talking about this, but they played this political game, and we shouldn't respond to it. We should show to our colleagues in the south that we keep our words, and we started discussing and said, look, we have to do something. Badr had already picked up a form because he was pushed, but I said I wasn't going to do so, and Zulum made it very clear that he would rather be second-term governor of Borno State than pick any form. Ali Modi Sharif was also approached. He declined. So there are many of us that felt, this is not right. We shouldn't do this. Now, when we saw that, the whole idea was gaining momentum, particularly after the PDP primaries, we began to discuss amongst ourselves, a few governors in the beginning, and then we reached out to all the other governors and pointed out the danger of, doing away with a principle just because of some intervening event in another political party. And we felt that we had to take a position, and we did. And we took that position. We sent a delegation to inform Mr. President of our position. But before they saw Mr. President, the document that we signed and our communique leaked. So they came back disappointed and didn't want to see the president because they felt embarrassed that there was a leakage. But a couple of days later, we saw the president and we explained the circumstances of the leakage. We apologized for the leakage, but this is the day of social media. Anything can happen. And the president was not only pleased about the leakage, but he told us that he had anointed no one. This was the time that the chairman of the party was informing the National Working Committee that someone from the north, the Senate president, had been anointed. And this is what we were afraid of. We were afraid of a situation in which some process of anointment from nowhere would happen. And we felt we had to take a position because as the governors of the, as 12 out of the 14 governors of the APC, and those that have the greatest influence on the delegates that will vote in this election, you ignore our views at your peril. And, we felt that if we took that position and said, look, this is our position, considered position as northern governors, and 12 out of 14 governors subscribed to this. The only 2 governors that did not subscribe to this were Governor Herbelo, who was contesting, and Governor Maimala Buni, who was supporting the Senate president. All 12 of us signed to this, and we felt it was in the interest of the country, it was in the interest of our party, it is in the interest of northern Nigeria to do so, and that's what we did. And the president supported us 100%.
Governor Rufai, if I may ask you, when you heard the position of the party national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, what came to your mind? I know you and your colleague governors went to meet him. Where did that emanate from? Did the president actually mention Senator Ahmed Lawan?
Look, you have to ask the party chairman that, because I'm not privy to any discussions that he had with the president. All we knew was that we were hearing stories that Ahmed Lawan is the anointed candidate, and we felt that we had to take a position as governors to end the charade. And when we met the president, we asked him very, very clearly, Mr. President, we are willing to support any candidate that you anoint, providing the candidate is from the south. And the president told us in that meeting, which was followed up by a press statement by his spokesman, my Barewa senior Garba Shehu, that I have anointed no one. That statement went viral, and it reinforced the position of the 12 northern governors that the presidency should come from the south. What the president told us in that meeting is, go and meet with the party, give me 5 names, I will look at them, I will consider anointing one of them. And that we did. The following day, we did that, and we had 5 names for the president, and he looked at the 5 names, all from the south, and he said, these names are fine, any one of these can lead Nigeria, let's go to primaries, may the best man win.
Why? I mean,
it looks, any one of the 5 that you want us to support, because 16 of us, 16 APC governors pledged that whoever the president picked and said, out of those 5, and said, go to the primaries, 16 of us that were not tied to any candidate, we are not contesting. I mean, we exempted Omahi, Kayode Fayemi, a few governors that we knew are tied. We said, whoever the president anointed will respect the office by doing what he wanted. But he told us, I am anointing no one. Go to primaries and vote for any one of these 5. Any one of these.
Governor Erufai, yeah. Where did things change? Because this was a President Buhari who said to us, myself and my colleague, when we interviewed him, that he said he had a favorite and that he was going to, but he doesn't want to, he has his name close to his chest, but he doesn't want to name names because they will go after such a person. And he has also asked that a chance of reciprocity, to feed his successor. But in another breath, it does look like he said he doesn't have an anointed candidate. What changed? What happened?
What the president said when you interviewed him was, yes, he has someone in mind, but he's not going to reveal who that person is because the person may be eliminated. Okay, that is not to say that out of the 23 that came out, the president's choice was among the 23. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, now when we met the president, we told him very, very clearly that we intend to reciprocate. What the reciprocity is talking about, we understand, we intend to do that, and 16 governors out of 22 were willing to go with his choice. But in his own wisdom, he said, look, I cannot choose among 5 of these because they are all qualified and competent to be the president of Nigeria. Let's leave it to the democratic process. Let's allow the delegates that represent members of the party to choose among these 5. And they did. And Asiwaju Bola Tinubu emerged the winner.
But quickly, let me ask you, the choice of the governors, was it of Bola Tinubu, was it because you knew that if he went into the race anyways, he was going to win because he has an overwhelming network that could win him the primary any day, anytime? Was that the reason, or you had some other reasons why all of you stuck with Bola Tinubu?
Well, I can't say all of us stuck with Bola Tinubu. Not all of us stuck with Bola Tinubu. And in many of our states, the delegates' votes were divided. Before I went to address the Kaduna delegates for the last time before the voting, I went to the president and I asked him, Mr. President, have you decided on who we should vote for? He said, I told you, go and vote for any of the 5. I said, Mr. President, the Kaduna delegates are your delegates. You are going to retire and live in Kaduna. So you can tell me who you want out of the 5. And the president said, I want all 5. Let the delegates choose. I said, what should I tell Kaduna delegates? He said, tell them to vote their conscience. They are representing 10 million people in Kaduna State. It's a heavy responsibility. They should discharge it and pick the best candidate. Now, I don't know how the Kaduna delegates voted, but the feedback I got after the voting is that most of them voted for Asiwaju, some voted for Amechi, and some voted for Professor Yemi Osinbajo. But overall, you can see overwhelmingly Asiwaju Bola Tinubu won. I will not say all the governors did that. We, the Northwest governors, we met, and most of us decided that, look, our best bet the person that we can more easily sell in our region would be Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, and this is why you see that's why you see the pattern of the vote in that way. And wherever the Northwest goes, the Northeast follows. But you know, I really cannot say which governors supported Asiwaju and those that didn't.
All right, Governor Rufai, on a quick one, your name has been raised, I mean, in the basket of the possibilities, the nominees for Bola Tinubu's running mate. Are you getting ready for that task?
All speculation, Shehu. I don't engage in endless speculation.
Yeah,
the candidate will choose his running mate. He will evaluate many factors in choosing his running mate. And I think that the best we can do is to give him space and give him time and advise him and guide him to make the right choice.
I mean, the talks of a possibility of a Muslim ticket. How do you think this will sit with most Nigerians? Do you think your party can toe that line out in today's Nigeria?
You're asking the wrong person, because I don't look at people from the lens of Muslim or Christian. Some of my closest friends are Christians. It was Pastor Tunde Bakari, a Pentecostal pastor, that took me to CPC, not President Buhari. So I'm very close to Pastor Bakari. I'm very close to many Christians. I don't think that the business of governance has to do with religion. I think we should look for the best person for the job, the person that will get the job done, and get him to do that. I'm the wrong person to ask, because in my state, I picked a very competent, qualified woman as my running mate in the 2019 elections. But just because she happens to be a Muslim, people are calling it Muslim ticket. And they said we're going to lose. We didn't. We won overwhelmingly. This fixation of Nigerians with religion instead of competence, capacity, and capability is quite sad and pathetic. And I urge you as media to please take religion out of governance, and let's look for competence, capacity, capability, and delivery. I don't think we should be looking at religion. We want to develop this country. When I get into a plane, I don't ask for the religion of the pilot. When I go to hospital, I don't ask for the religion of the doctor. I just want to get well. I want to get to my destination, even an aircraft. The way the media and many irresponsible people try to inject religion in politics and governance is sad and pathetic and will not take us anywhere. Nigeria is at a crossroads. We face very, very serious dangers in security, in economic meltdown. The global issues are affecting us, and all people are concerned with, as far as who will be president or vice president is concerned, is religion. It is so sad. It is not our religion that will solve our problem. It is the people who are competent and capable that will address Nigeria's problems, unite this country, and put it on a progressive path. So I don't have comment on that.
All right. On a final note, and a very quick one, Atiku Abubakar is going to be a major factor in this race. And your candidate, Bola Tinubu, will go head-to-head with not only him, but a few other candidates in the race. How do you think it will fare? I mean, you are from the northwestern region of the country. He is from the northeastern region of the country. Now, it's not a neophyte in the race. In fact, he's a very experienced candidate in presidential race in Nigeria. Do you have fear about how this race will pan out and how difficult it might be for your party? Just a quick one, maybe 30 seconds.
Look, I am confident that we are going to win. But, you know, when you are going into an election, you don't become overconfident or take any chances until the last vote is cast and a winner announced. So we know Atiku Abubakar. We've defeated him before. We know him very well. We know his network. We know his capabilities. And, you know, we are going to prepare and we are going to win by the grace of God. Should we underestimate him? No. And as regards other parties, I think this is largely going to be a two-horse race. And NNPP in Kwankwaso is likely to cannibalize some of our votes in Kano and maybe Jigawa and parts of Katsina. Peter Obi is going to cannibalize PDP votes in the southeast, but we will prevail in the end because We have the largest footprint. The other people you are putting on the screen are neither here nor there. My brother Showore, good luck to him. Maybe he'll get 30,000 votes and so on. But it's a major race between APC and PDP.
All right.
And these two parties, NNPP and Labour Party, are likely to cannibalize the votes of PDP in some states, which strengthens our position. But we are doing this analysis very, very, very carefully down to polling unit level, and we'll come up with a strategy to win. And by the grace of God, we are going to win.
Thank you so
much. An old war horse. He has fought us in opposition when I was minister in Obasanjo's government. We know him. He's formidable. He is courageous. He fights to the end. And I'm confident that by the time he picks his running mate, it will be clear who is going to win this election.
Governor Rufai, yeah. I must sincerely thank you for your thought. Thank you so much indeed for coming on to the program tonight. Thank you so much indeed, Governor Nasir Rufai.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.